Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, March 9th, and we are going to continue on with lesson 5.7 and then do page 3 of our homework from yesterday as our assignment today. Please have yesterday's assignment open or on your desk and go ahead and think of the answer to the bell ringer in your head. What type of lines have the same slope? Is it A, parallel lines, or B, perpendicular lines? I'm going to give you a second to think on that. The correct answer is parallel lines have the same slope. Perpendicular lines have the reciprocal slope. Okay, so steps for graphing systems of inequalities. Number 1, graph each inequality on the same coordinate plane. Number 2, shade each inequality's solutions in separate colors. 3, find the intersection of both inequalities. This is your solution. Keep only this part shaded in. So where both areas are shaded is your solution. Erase all the other lines. All right, so for the first system, I have y is less than x plus 2. Oops, it's not supposed to be underlined. And for my second one, I have y is greater than 2x minus 1. I'm going to graph my first one in blue and my second one in green. So my first dot for the first line is at 2, and my slope is 1 over 1. So up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Connect the dots. Ooh, that was a really good line on my first try. Okay, now for my second line in green, I'm going to have my first point at -1. That's my y-intercept. And my slope is up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Now I'm going to draw this line. Ooh, not as good. That'll do. Okay, now I'm going to shade. So I'm going to go in with the blue line first. And I just realized I made a mistake. What was my mistake? Can anybody catch it before I say it out loud? My blue line was supposed to be a dashed line. If we remember from graphing inequalities, the lines are dashed if they're just less than or equal to. If they're not less than or equal to, they're dashed lines. Okay, now I'm going to go in and shade in blue. So I'm going to shade below. And my green is going to shade above. All right, so now I need to find the area that both places are shaded, and that is this little teeny triangle right here. So I can erase everything else because that is not a solution. I just want to have my solution highlighted. So there is the answer to this system of inequalities. So I'm going to do one more example and then set you loose on your homework. So my next example is y is less than or equal to 3 and y is less than x plus 2. So I'm going to do the first one in blue and the second one in green again just to differentiate them. So if we remember from graphing, whenever anything has no x, it just goes across the y axis. So my first line is going to be a solid line at 3 on the y-axis. So right here is 3, so I can put a point there, or you don't have to. And then I'm just going to have my line go straight across. I'm literally tracing it, and I still can't make it straight. There we go. So it's going to look just like that. Now I'm going to do my second line in green. My first point will be at 2, and my slope is 1 over 1. And this is a dashed line. Don't forget Miss W. Okay, first point at 2, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Now I'm going to do my dashed line. And there we go. And now I'm going to shade. So I'm going to do the green one first. So I'm going to shade all the way up here above. And for my first line, I shade below. The answer is this shaded portion right here, so I'm going to erase everything else. And there's your answer. So today for your assignment, you're doing page 3, which is 4 problems on easel. And a neat feature on easel is that you're able to use different pen and highlighter colors. So when you graph, you can come over here and change the color. So each line can have its own color. And then that way you don't get confused on your shading. And then you can come in and delete things and delete your shadings that you don't need when you're filling it in. If you're doing this on paper and pencil, you can just use your eraser to erase everything that's not the solution and only have the solution shaded in. And that is all for today's assignment, is these 4 problems. And so once you're finished with those, you can go ahead and turn in this assignment on easel, or if you're doing this assignment on paper, take pictures with your cell phone or your Chromebook and upload them to assignment 5.7 part A in Google Classroom so that your teachers can grade it. And if you have any questions, as always, email your teachers, attend their office hours from 12 to 12:30, or a help session on Friday. This assignment will be due next Monday at midnight, and we have one more assignment this week that we're going to break up into 2 different days. Thanks, guys, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.